Exodus 19. Now that we've established a legal system, it's time to get some laws. The commandments are coming, but first we have to set the scene. On the first day of the third month after the Israelites left Egypt, on that very day, they came to the desert of Sinai. After they set out from Rephidim, they entered the desert of Sinai, and Israel camped there in the desert in front of the mountain. Nothing like camping in the desert, because who needs water when you're outdoors? I like how it says Israel camped there, like the entire tribe decided to go on a trip. Forget individuals, they are just one blob of people now. Then Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain and said, "This is what you are to say to the descendants of Jacob, and what you are to tell the people of Israel. You yourselves have seen what I did to Egypt, and how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now, if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession. Although the whole earth is mine, you will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words you are to speak to the Israelites." We'll get into God's monologue in a second, but what's with the cloak and dagger here? Why does Moses need to climb a mountain to talk to God? Moses could literally be anywhere. It's not like reception is a problem. This isn't an episode of Lost where you need to find a very specific remote location or else God won't be able to find you. I do appreciate how this is the same place where Moses once spoke to God when he was cosplaying as a burning bush. We're not told what character God is playing at this conference. God could just say all of this to the people. Instead, he's using a messenger. What else is God doing that he needs to multitask? Anyway, did you notice the low-key threat right there? Hey, Israel, did you see that genocide I did in Egypt? I could totally do it to you too, if I felt like it. I mean, I don't, but I could. I won't, I swear, you're special to me. But if you don't listen and do exactly as I command, maybe say goodbye to your firstborns. Is anyone allowed to say no here? A kingdom of priests sounds horrible. A couple priests? Okay, but everyone? Diversify your portfolio, God. There's like one atheist in that group thinking, I've made a huge mistake. But he's just going along with the crowd now. This section is meant as a way for God to tell the tribe how unique and amazing they are. Instead, it's really just a mob boss coming to collect. God also turns out to play favorites. By telling one group they are his chosen people, God is also telling everyone else that they're trash. Is that racist? Nationalist? I'm pretty sure it's an ist of some kind. And did you hear God saying the whole earth is mine? No! I thought he gave us this planet. He has the entire universe to play with. Why does he need this blue marble too? So greedy. So Moses went back and summoned the elders of the people and set before them all the words the Lord had commanded him to speak. The people all responded together, "We will do everything the Lord has said." So Moses brought their answer back to the Lord. Yeah, not a cult at all. Just an entire tribe of people saying in unison, "We'll do anything you want." Did Moses just come down a mountain only to walk right back up a second later with the message, "Hey God, they're cool with it"? There had to be an easier way to do that. And how come God didn't already know what they said? Why did he need Moses to deliver the message? Were God's ears turned off for a second? The Lord said to Moses, "I am going to come to you in a dense cloud, so that the people will hear me speaking with you and will always put their trust in you." Then Moses told the Lord what the people had said. Why a cloud? Just be a person. Or be a giant. Why put on a costume? You're God. They'll know it's you. Anyway, the bigger story here is that Moses has now gone up and down an entire mountain twice. And apparently he hasn't even broken a sweat. And the Lord said to Moses, "Go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow. Have them wash their clothes and be ready by the third day, because on that day the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. Put limits for the people around the mountain and tell them, 'Be careful that you do not approach the mountain or touch the foot of it. Whoever touches the mountain is to be put to death. They are to be stoned or shot with arrows. Not a hand is to be laid on them. No person or animal shall be permitted to live. Only when the ram's horn sounds a long blast may they approach the mountain.'" God's like, "I'll give you 3 days to look for me, but if you even get close to my mountain without me giving you the signal, you're gonna die. From a distance, we're gonna get a sniper on you." Why does God institute the death penalty for everything? No warnings, no taking into account their life circumstances, just always thinking about murder, all the time over the dumbest crimes. He is such a conservative. Anyway, I guess this is a good lead-in to the Ten Commandments. After Moses had gone down the mountain to the people, he consecrated them, and they washed their clothes. Then he said to the people, "Prepare yourselves for the third day. Abstain from sexual relations." I love it. Listen, God's gonna be here in a few days. You've been walking through a desert. You've barely eaten real food in forever. You all reek. But you just washed your clothes, which means you took off your clothes, and now you're all super horny, but I need you to keep it in your pants. For God. I wasn't even thinking about that, but it was apparently on Moses' mind. What would happen if they got it on, though? Why would that change anything? They're just sitting around waiting at this point. If anything, they should have sex so they could stop thinking about it and focus on God. Moses should have told them, "Listen, you have 5 minutes right now to do whatever you need, but then I need your eyes up here." On the morning of the third day, there was thunder and lightning, with a thick cloud over the mountain and a very loud trumpet blast. Everyone in the camp trembled. Then Moses led the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Mount Sinai was covered with smoke because the Lord descended on it in fire. The smoke billowed up from it like smoke from a furnace, and the whole mountain trembled violently. As the sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and the voice of God answered him. Does this mean they can have sex now? Why does God need this grand entrance? Just talk. No fanfare. It's like God is running an evangelical megachurch and he has to find a way to keep people in their seats, so he's putting on a show. Maybe this is why they all believe in God. They're just inhaling fumes at this point. That can't be good for your health. And if there's thunder and lightning and loud trumpet blasts and fire and the mountain is trembling, how the hell is anyone gonna hear the conversation? They are not having sex, but it is getting hot in here. I'm sorry. This series should have ended a long time ago. The Lord descended to the top of Mount Sinai and called Moses to the top of the mountain. So Moses went up, and the Lord said to him, "Go down and warn the people so they do not force their way through to see the Lord, and many of them perish. Even the priests who approach the Lord must consecrate themselves, or the Lord will break out against them." Just talk to them, God. They're right there. You're right there. Don't make Moses climb up again. Does God think his presence will lead to everyone reacting like it's a Black Friday sale? God's like, "Everyone form a single file line to see me." But let's say the people start climbing up. What's God gonna do? Flick them off because they're really excited to see him? And who are the priests? There are none yet that we've been told about. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Moses said to the Lord, "The people cannot come up Mount Sinai because you yourself warned us. Put limits around the mountain and set it apart as holy." The Lord replied, "Go down and bring Aaron up with you. But the priests and the people must not force their way through to come up to the Lord, or he will break out against them." So Moses went down to the people and told them. 3 times he's gone up and down for no good reason. I hate it when God speaks in the third person. The Lord said, "Don't let the people see the Lord, or he, by which I mean me, will murder them." This was yet another unnecessary chapter. It's a bridge to when God gives the commandments, but it was really just Moses getting to the mountain, then telling his buddies, "You stay here." It should have been one sentence long, not a full chapter.